guys, it's Matt at Performance Fab, checking back in. We're just kind of wrapping up this car behind me this week, and I wasn't really going to do a video, but it's pretty cool. It's something a little different. Well, I say everything's a little different. You'll see that here. Everything we do is different, just about. We don't really do much of the same thing at all. We do the only thing we do that's the same, it'd be our housings and other parts, torque boxes and whatnot we make, but every car that comes through is different. I mean, we don't build any of the exact same cars ever. We have cars that are similar, but every one we do is completely different. So I guess I need to stop saying I'm doing something different, because everything's going to be different. But anyway, so let's check this thing out. A customer brought us this thing a little while back. It's pretty cool. He's had this car, I don't even know how long. He's a little bit older than me, gentlemen, but I think he said he bought it in high school or right out of high school, and he hot rodded it a little bit when he was younger, and I think it had a big block at one point in time. I think he said it went mid-6s or so, and it's been parked for around, I think he told me 20 years, maybe even 30 years. I know it's got a South Carolina inspection tag, and we don't even do inspections anymore, but it's from 95, so that's 30 years. So it's pretty old. It's been parked forever. He brought it to us. He really didn't do anything. He pulled it out of where it was at, the way it was parked in the carport. Didn't really do a whole lot of prep work. So basically, the stuff we did is going to have to come back apart. Whoever's finishing the car, I don't know whether it's going to be him or somebody else, and it's got to get rewired. All the wires got to get stripped out of the car. Everything's got to get painted. Kind of we did. We just kind of did all the fab and metal work and a few other little things. But anyway, let me flip it around, and I'll kind of show you what we're looking at. It's pretty cool. It's actually, like I said, it is different. You don't see a lot of these. Let me flip this around. So this thing is I call it a Pontiac Nova. Well, it's a Pontiac Ventura. You don't see a whole lot of these. I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm not a big Chevrolet guy, so I don't know the exact year. I know it's 70 something. But it's pretty cool. He brought it to us. It didn't even have a rear end in it when he brought it. It was like we actually had to get it off of the trailer with the forklift, but it was stock front suspension. It still had the leaf springs hanging. Somebody put a cage in it. We didn't mess with that. But he brought, like I said, he brought the car, and he brought an LS engine, and he brought a turbo, and that's about it. And he wanted us to, originally it was just to do a housing, a rear end housing for it, make it a roller again, and then put the engine in and build a turbo kit. We ended up doing front suspension, which I'll show you all of that. But we ended up getting him a set of front wheels from HCR Innovation. They ordered us some RC components for it. Some Mickey Thompson tires. So he kind of changed his mind when he brought it. It was going to be a street car, just back to driving again. And he may do that later, but we'll have to make some changes if we do. But so we'd kind of already done some of the work, and then he kind of changed his mind on just kind of changing a few things up, that he wasn't going to worry about street driving it too much, and was probably going to put it on methanol. But so let me show you guys the turbo kit. So we got the engine in there, and we actually just started with a set of Flowtechs. It's kind of budget-minded deal. Flowtech headers. I prefer to build them. I could package everything a little bit better if we would have built headers from scratch, but it just gets super pricey. I mean, just the material we buy for building headers alone gets kind of crazy. But yeah, so we worked off of them. We did cut because normally these things they come out to here, which they're super long. That's the only thing I don't love about them, is how long the collectors are, which make it a little harder to get stuff packaged, which wasn't a big deal on this thing. But kind of see, we got the turbo in there. It's nothing crazy. Little LS, I don't know what all's done to it. I think it's a rod and piston kind of deal. Made him a little front mount cell. Gonna probably put it on methanol. Like I said, this thing's got to get all ripped apart. All the wiring's got to get pulled out of it. There's a lot of stuff still left to do that, and we're not doing that for the customer. We just kind of mainly did the fab work. Let me swing her around to the back. Let's see. So we didn't get, he is getting rears to match, but he had a set of Pro Stars, so he just wanted to get it seated or on the ground with this set of wheels for now. And still a leaf spring car. I'll show you all that in a bit. I'll lift it up, but kind of show you the top side stuff for the time being. But yeah, we cut the spare tire, the pan out of the back. Like I said, he was going to street drive it, so we put a cell in. He brought a bigger cell, did all the sheet metal work in the back, made a parachute mount. We got to finish. That's the only thing left. We got to put the bag plate on this, but it comes out, it pins behind that, and then the tag can go back in. You won't even know it has it. But yeah, we did a 9-inch housing for it. It's leaf spring housing. Let me get this thing lifted up, and I'll show you guys the kind of the bottom side and what all we have on the top. Hang tight. All right, we're back. Looking at the bottom side. So like I said, we did the engine, placed the engine, transmission, built a turbo kit. Before we did all that, he wanted to go ahead and it had complete stock front suspension. So he said he wanted to do something with suspension. So naturally, when it comes to these GM cars, I think the best go-to is TRZ. So we called our guys at TRZ. Got us upper and lower control arm kit they sell. Their spindles. Got a set of AFCO coilovers for it with the springs they recommended. Converted it to a rack. See, it's a TRZ Motorsports. We love their stuff for these kind of cars. Just super nice parts, super nice guys. But yeah, we converted it to a rack, make it drive a little better. Took a lot of weight off the front, getting all that off of it. But you can kind of see the bottom side of the turbo kit here. It's just the customer brought a single wastegate, so we kind of had to make all that stuff work. But it worked out pretty good. Made a merge. We used the Parker single inlet on this. Like I said, this isn't anything crazy on this, but one thing he did want was a full exhaust. So the downpipe comes out and around, as you can kind of see, comes down. And then we got some V-bands where we can change this later, whether he wants to put a cutout or up there or down here, but we split it into dual 3-inch. We had to make a cross member to mount it, so we'd made clearance for that, provisions for all that. Yeah, you can see it's pretty basic, just running straight back. Did a little rear cross member and give us a place to put some hangers on just to help tie it's got some subframe connectors on it, but just some basic stuff. Like I said, this was nothing crazy at all. So we did build him well, you can see the exhaust come on out. We did build him a Fab 9, one of our leaf spring units. We don't have shocks on it yet. We had to get rear shocks. We'll probably get some AFCOs just to match the front. We hadn't got there yet, but yeah, like I said, got him a Fab 9. Got a lower brackets on it. I like to put not everybody does this, but I like to put the coilover style brackets on the housing, just so I can get my shock where I want it to be. It gives me a lot of play. Obviously, there's not a coilover on it, it's just the shock itself, but it gives me a lot of room to get that. These cars typically separate, so it gives me a lot of room to get that shock dialed into where I want to. This car had a Caltrack on it, so it had a Caltrack bar, and their monos, we just changed the rear bracket, or we have some multi-hole brackets here now instead of just a single big hole that comes with the Caltrack. We did put a 1-inch block on it just to lower it down a little bit more. We can actually, these leaf spring perches we do when we use, they're a threaded bung hole, so you don't have the big bulky ugly U-bolts. Just a cleaner setup, but I can do this is just a standard, which is a 1-inch drop, but I can do it in a 2-inch also, and then you can add a plate if you want to get it even lower. But yeah, it worked out on this. We weren't sure, this car's not going to be slam, so it worked out perfect doing that setup. But yeah, we completed the housing, did a HD Pro from Strange, paired with some Strange axles, and we did, I don't know if you can see them through here, yeah, there's Strange axles, and we did Strange brakes all the way around, so we got the Strange brakes in the front as well. It's a good little combo. We use a good bit of string steel. We use TBM a lot. I like both. They're just kind of what the customer wants usually when it comes to that. So we use a little bit of both steel. But yeah, that's about it. Kind of nothing crazy at all on this one. I mean, there's a lot of work been in. There's a lot of time in it. Oh yeah, we did add sliders to the back as well. I'm trying to think of what else we did here. Like I said, it's nothing crazy. Just kind of basically getting the housing in it, or building the housing for the car for the wheels he had. Do the front. We did the front suspension. Set up the motor plate, mid plate, cross member. Build a turbo kit, and she's about ready to head on out the road. Said something a little different, but like I said before, everything's going to be a little bit different because everything we do is different. Not a whole lot of the same project in here. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Check us out next time. See ya.